Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. Today is the launch day for Marvel Superheroes, and for Midweek Magic we just have Brawl. It's not themed as an event for the release day, but they do this sometimes, so we're just playing Brawl. If you're not familiar with the Brawl format, it is almost the same as Commander, in that it is a 100 card singleton format, with all your cards in your deck having to obey the color identity rules based on your commander, which is a legendary creature, vehicle, or spacecraft that you put at the head of your deck and that lives in the command zone. The four differences between Commander and Brawl is 1, it's 1 versus 1. 2, both players have 25 life. 3, there is no commander damage rule. And 4, you can have a planeswalker as your commander, beyond just having a creature or a vehicle or spacecraft. So yeah, since it's Marvel Superheroes launch day, I wanted to do a Marvel Superheroes deck for Brawl, so I put together Squirrel Girl, the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. So let's take a look at our commander. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl is a 4/4 legendary squirrel human hero. She's a squirrel and a human and a hero for 1 and triple green. She has 2 abilities. Do you like squirrels? Which is whenever she enters or attacks, we make a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. So this is a Titan trigger. We get to get it whenever she comes in and when she attacks, and that's pretty nice. We get a free 1/1. And I love squirrels. For the same cost as her mana cost, 1 and triple green, we can make a number of 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens equal to the number of squirrels we control, including Squirrel Girl herself. So the idea behind this deck is to do the things that you would love to do if you made this in paper, and you sure can make this deck in paper, but there's a lot of things that Squirrel Girl lends herself to that not every pod is going to want you to do in paper, like making endless tokens, or building this enormous board and managing all the creatures on it, having huge doubling effects, and filling the stack up with just sort of endless triggers, and so forth. Not every pod's going to like that, so in a way, this commander is built for Arena. It's meant for Brawl. So let's play it in Brawl. We're going to go into the details of our deck. This is sort of a quick version of what I normally do on Mondays and Tuesdays, where I build a full commander deck and go through every card in the deck, explain what it does and how it helps our game plan. So we're going to go through this in a more sort of overview way. A big part of our game plan is, of course, our squirrels. We have 20 different cards that either are squirrels, like Scurrid Colony, which is a 2/2 with reach that gets bigger when we have enough lands, or Squirrel Sovereign, which is a 2/2 that is a lord for squirrels, makes all of our other squirrels bigger. Or these are spells that make squirrels. Chatter of the Squirrel is 1 mana to make a squirrel. We can flash it back for 2. Squirrel Sanctuary is a 1 mana enchantment that makes a squirrel when it comes in. And when one of our non-token creatures dies, we can pay to bounce this back to our hand and recast it. Or Chatterstorm, which just makes squirrels with Storm. It makes us a lot of squirrels. We also have a bunch of cards in this section that aren't squirrels and don't make squirrels, but are, for example, artifacts that as they enter, we can choose a creature type. We, of course, choose squirrel, and then they give a benefit to our squirrels, like Metallic Mimic makes all of our other squirrels come in with a counter on it. Adaptive Automaton gives +1/+1 to all of our squirrels, so it's sort of a squirrel sovereign of its own. And we have changelings as well, like Chomping Changeling, which is a Reclamation Sage, essentially, that is also a squirrel, or Realm Walker, which gives us a little bit of card advantage by letting us look at the top of our library and cast squirrels from the top of it. Not that we have that many squirrels, but it's nice to be able to have a little bit of a peek. Anyway, we also, of course, go to Roaming Throne to double our triggers on all of our squirrels, including our commander, Toski to draw us cards, and Tippy Toe, Terrific Partner, which is Squirrel Girl's bravest and bestest friend, giving us food tokens every time we make any other kind of token, and giving us a card at the end of our turn if we've gained life this turn, which of course we could have done through our food. So that is our squirrels section. We're also pretty big on pumping up our creatures. Almost as many cards will give our creatures either counters or temporary boosts, like Anthem effects here, or like I said, counters, or the second chapter of Hunter's Talent will give +1/+0 and trample. It's pretty good. We, of course, have Go Nuts, because it's the Squirrel Girl fight spell, and a bunch of other little effects like that. Spider Ham gives many, many different kinds of creatures +1/+1, so we might as well take that here. Chitter Spitter can make tokens for us, as well as pump up our squirrels over time, sort of a growing form of an Anthem effect. We've got Germination Practicum and Tribute to the World Tree to put counters on all of our things. Patchwork Banner as another Anthem effect, as well as Heraldic Banner, and both of which tap for mana. And we've got ways to just win with all this pump, from Beastmaster Ascension, which can give all of our creatures +5/+5 eventually, to classics like Overrun and Craterhoof Behemoth. So that's the big part of this deck. We're building ourselves up to having a lot of squirrels, and then making them huge and attacking in, or making our board incredibly wide, so that our opponents might be able to block 20 of our creatures, but we have 400 others, or I guess on Arena, 230 others, and they can't block those, so that's straight damage to their face. So that's the big part of our deck. As usual, we also have our vegetables, our sections that support our game plan. We've got a lot of card advantage in this, from things like Hunter's Talent, drawing us a card on our instep if we have a creature power 4 or greater, like our commander, to Garruk's Uprising, giving us a card every time a creature that's ferocious enters, or if we have one when it enters. Growing Rites of Itlimoc draws us a creature, essentially, when it first comes in, and then can flip over into a land that taps for a green for all of our creatures, and so forth. Other ways to get card advantage, like directly drawing cards, being able to access the top of our library, and so forth. That is our card advantage section. We've also got quite a bit of acceleration, an awful lot of acceleration in this deck, because we want to be able to make sure we get out our 4-mana commander as quickly as we can, and then keep making mana so that we can pump into our commander to double up all of the squirrels we've got. So everything from effects that are sort of typical ramp, like making treasures, or having a mana rock, or a mana dork, to a number of effects that give all of our creatures the ability to be mana dorks, to tap for 1 mana of any color, like Cryptolith Rite, Song of Freyalise's first 2 chapters, Enduring Vitality will do it for us, and so forth. One of our best cards in this section is actually this Supportive Parents from Spider-Man, because it makes it so that we can tap 2 of our untapped creatures and make 1 mana of any color, and since we're activating this ability on the Supportive Parents, and itself, the ability does not require us to tap the parents, we can activate this by tapping any creatures, including those that are summoning sick, even if we're tapping the parents, and it's 2 creatures for 1 mana, but when our board gets wide enough, this can become self-sustaining. If we have 8 different squirrels in play, including Squirrel Girl herself, we just tap all of them, make 4 mana, pump it into Squirrel Girl, double it. Now we've got 8 more squirrels. We can do that again. Now we've got an extra 16 squirrels, and so forth. We can go infinite with it, in the sense that you can go infinite on Arena, and other things like that. Planar Engineering will draw us some basic lands if we sacrifice 2 of them. White Lotus Tile is one of our many effects that counts the number of squirrels we have, or the number of creatures, or something along those lines, makes that much mana. And most fun of all probably is Nyx Bloom Agent, which makes all of our mana triple whenever we tap a permanent for it. And that's just a good time. We're even running a discount effect, which I don't do a lot of in decks, especially the green ones like this, but we've got plenty of green spells that have a colorless mana component. So Emerald Medallion discounts by 1 generic mana all of our green spells, making Squirrel Girl herself into just triple green without that generic. So yeah, might as well, especially since it's 2 mana and our curve is relatively low, so that we can keep things going. We are running removal in this deck, our sort of interaction section, but it's very light. Normally I never go below 10 pieces of removal, but you know, the most powerful removal in Magic is player removal, so we want to focus more heavily on our game plan in this deck than we really do about interacting with our opponent. We still have plenty of different things, like Bushwhack can be a fight spell, Kindred's Transformation causes a creature to lose all its abilities, becoming a 3/3 elk and draws us a card. Archdruid's Charm can be a bite effect, Go Nuts can be a fight, Collective Resistance and Chopping Changeling can get rid of our opponent's artifacts and enchantments, and Hunter's Talent comes in and is a bite effect. So we've got that as the extent of it, you know. Sometimes we're really hurting for a removal effect, but most of the time, because of the other spells we've got, we don't mind if they take out our life or stop us from casting our spells, because we have plenty more, and eventually we're going to have so much that it doesn't matter how much they have, we've got so much more or so much bigger, or both, that we don't really have to care about it. And for that reason, we're also not running any Wraths in this deck. No Sweepers or what else do people call them? Board wipes, there you go. So we have a few more sections to supplement our game plan. Payoffs is a section that rewards us for what we were going to do anyway. Like White Lotus Tile can tap for a bunch of mana equal to the number of creatures that have a type in common, so the number of squirrels we have. Honored Dray Leader comes in and gets a counter for all of our squirrels and our foods. Squirrel Mob gets just a +1/+1 static bonus equal to the number of other squirrels we have, and Prosperous Innkeeper is a sleeper hit in this deck. It's 2 mana, 1/1 that makes a treasure when it comes in, so it accelerates us, but also it gains us a life every time we have another creature enter under our control. So every time we activate Squirrel Girl, we double all our squirrels and get a life for each one, which usually buys us a turn, or even multiple turns, where we can just take the damage from our opponents, not having to worry about stopping them from hurting us, because we can live through it. And Prosperous Innkeeper will continue to do that for us, and our opponents just don't want to waste their removal spells on a little 2 mana 1/1. So that's great. That's our payoff section. We have a section of what I call extras. These are things that give us more of what we were already going to get. Roaming Throne doubles our triggers for squirrels, since we're going to choose squirrels when it comes in. So that includes our triggered abilities for our commander when she attacks or enters. Parallel Lives gives us double tokens when we make them. Doubling Season gives us double tokens and double counters. We've got plenty of ways to get counters in this deck. Tippy Toe gives us an extra food whenever we make any of those tokens. So good little extras for us to use here. We've got a section of protection. Here it is. Just different ways to protect ourselves and protect our creatures. Snakeskin Veil and Swiftfoot Boots can both give hexproof to whatever we need, but usually it's Squirrel Girl. Collective Resistance can give hexproof and indestructible to something, in addition to being a source of artifact or enchantment removal. Song of Freyalise, when it hits its last chapter, gives all of our creatures a 1/1 counter, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. And Veil of Summer is great. A single green mana for an instant that draws us a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell, so a lot of interactive spells, makes all of our spells uncounterable this turn, and gives us and all of our permanents hexproof from blue and black. So very useful to us, usually pretty expensive. I'm glad they reprinted it in the Secrets of Strixhaven Mystical Archive. So yeah, it's great that it's going around again. A couple more little sections. We have Evasion, just different ways to get past our opponent's defenses from things like Overrun effects like Overrun itself and Craterhoof Behemoth. Hunter's Talent can give, at Chapter 2, one of our creatures +1/+0 and Trample. Song of Freyalise, we already saw, gives everything Trample. Champion of Lambholt gets bigger every time we have a creature come in, and makes it so none of our opponent's creatures can block any of our creatures if the opponent's creature has lesser power than the Champion of Lambholt. So we just activate Squirrel Girl, make the champion enormous, especially if we have Doubling Season in play to double those counters that are going on the champion, and then all of our creatures are unblockable, and it doesn't matter what they've got. And of course, Garruk's Uprising doesn't just draw us cards, it gives all of our creatures trample just all the time. Our final section is our recursion section. Just a couple of ways for us to get things back from the graveyard, whether they're the cards in the section themselves, like Chatter of the Squirrel with Flashback, or Fanatic of Ronus with Eternalize, or Curious Forager can let us, it'll come in and we can forage, meaning we can either exile 3 cards from our graveyard or sacrifice a food to bring back a permanent from our graveyard to our hand, or Eternal Witness can just regrow any of our cards in our graveyard, which could even be Squirrel Girl, so we don't have to pay the commander tax. Yeah, pretty good. Our land section is pretty simple. We've got 27 different basic forests and a whole bunch of utility lands that do lots of different things. Evendo can tap, once we've stationed it up to 12, for a green for each creature we control. Nykthos can tap for a green for every, equal to the devotion, our devotion to green. Three Tree City can tap for a green for every one of our squirrels, and a bunch of other fun things, like Gingerbread Cabin is a additional forest for us that can also make us a food. Oak Hollow Village can put a 1/1 counter on all the squirrels that entered this turn, which can be quite a few squirrels. Swarm Yard can let us regenerate any of our squirrels, including our commander. Fountain Port lets us sacrifice tokens to draw cards and do several other things. And yeah, other stuff like that. The Shire can make us food. Demolition Field can deal with problematic non-basics. Castle Garenbrig can jump us from 5 mana to 6 when it's the 5th land that comes into play, but only for creature spells or activating creature abilities, which can be Squirrel Girl. And of course, Boseiju can deal with artifacts, enchantments, and non-basic lands in our land base. So yeah, this is a pretty fun deck. Obviously, this Brawl deck list is linked in the video's description, so I encourage you to check it out and play with it yourself. It is way higher in terms of its budget than the commander decks that I normally build. I usually go for like $100 or less, sometimes a little bit more, but you know, just $100 US is usually where my budgets for my decks lie, if you're worried about checking out my channel and seeing those paper decks. But in any case, that is our deck for today. So let's get into our gameplay. Had a little recording issue, but we're back, and so we're going to start playing these games. Thanks in advance for watching, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, it is game 1. We are against Bertu and Judith the Scourge Diva. So, not a Marvel commander. That's alright. Oh, alright. This is not an early game, unfortunately. We can Realm Walker on turn 3. That's fine, I suppose. And then a bunch of 4-drops. I don't love this, but we're going to give it a shot. We've got 3 basics. So, untapped sources of our color. We can draw one of our 1 or 2 drops. Hopefully, and we'll see how this goes. Opponent's thinking about it pretty hard. Judith the Scourge Diva gives all their creatures +1/+0, other than Judith herself, and pings any target whenever one of their non-tokens dies. They get to go first. They're going to start with a Terramorphic Expanse, and they find probably a swamp, maybe a mountain. Swamp, it is. All right. Yeah, we found a 2-drop. Great. Verdant Command is here to get rid of graveyards, counter loyalty abilities, but really it's here to give us 2 squirrels and gain us some life. A Blood Artist, we're going to want that life. And we found our 4th land, that's pretty good. We can do this on their turn, actually, so we'll do that. Dusk Legion Zealot, pretty good. Comes in, costs them a life, draws them a card. That's a solid card. They, I assume, just play a land, yep. Seems good. No attacks. We're going to Verdant Command, get ourselves some squirrels, and gain some life. Squirrels it is. Alright, ooh. Enduring Vitality is pretty nice. We can't cast anything else right now, but at least we have this. It's pretty good. That ramps us quite well. Means that we can Squirrel Girl and then Realm Walker next turn if we want to. They attack. We are happy to take that. They can either kill one of our squirrels or Enduring Vitality, but if they kill the Vitality, it's going to come back. Judith kills the Vitality, sure. It will endure, becoming just an enchantment, so we can still tap the squirrels for mana. Alright, and we've got the Swarm Yard, very nice. So, let's tap a squirrel and play Squirrel Girl. Gain a squirrel, and we're all set. Because we can Swarm Yard to regenerate Squirrel Girl if we need to. That's pretty solid. My opponent's thinking about it. They attack with the Blood Artist. That will kill one of our squirrels, so I don't mind just taking the damage. They have a trick. They have a ninja? Probably not. Yeah, okay. 4 mana, sack the Blood Artist. So they've got quite a few things going on here. We will let them kill that squirrel, I guess. Because they're going to make treasures, so they can... Oh, Judy only cares about creatures, huh? But we'll see what else they cast. Alright, another mountain. It's the delicious steak mountains. And then they got 4 mana. Are they going to use it? We'll see. Mindstone, solid. Midnight Reaper, very nice. Alright. We probably don't want to Chatterstorm this turn. Oh, never mind. Good game, Bertu. I guess they had enough. They saw that we were cooking something up and they didn't want to keep going. All right. Well, that is how it is. That will be our second win, technically. I got my first win and then we had a recording issue, but we do get a prize, and the prize is Afterburner Expert from Aetherdrift. Nice. If we cared about exhaust, that would be cool. At least it's on our color. Alrighty. It's game 2 versus Baby Girl Wolf. Hey, Baby Girl Wolf. Oh, Balin. Balin is really tough. Kind of works similarly to Squirrel Girl, actually. This is an okay opener. We can start off with a Vendo when it's tapped. They're playing all the colors other than the ones that Veil of Summer can deal with, so that's unfortunate. But we can Prosperous Innkeeper very early. Maybe get out Squirrel Girl on turn 3. I only hold back for the Mox Amber because there's no reason to give them the ability to disenchant it or naturalize it or something before we can even tap it for mana, since it only taps for mana when we have a legendary creature or planeswalker in play. Alright. Baby Girl Wolf is ready for Balin. Balin, tap 2 tokens, make a mana, tap 3 tokens, draw a card, 4 tokens, and put 3 counters on Balin and against Trample. Wow. Pretty cool bun. Alright, Balin's out. We can also play our commander, and we will. Oh, got another forest. I like that. We'll play this Mox Amber. Just get it on out. And Unbeatable Squirrel Girl is here to gain us a couple life, both from herself and from her squirrel friend. And we're just going to pass. Veil of Summer does stone nothing against this deck. No, makes it so our spells can't be countered. I guess that's possible. It's probably not going to come up, but, you know. We can demo field, attack with Doubling Season in play, make 2 more squirrels, I suppose. Offer the trade with Balin. They don't have enough tokens to pump Balin, so they might have a trick in hand, but getting a few squirrels out is not a bad idea. They got Battle for Bredegard to make themselves some tokens. Sounds good, but they only get 1 at first. 1 the first turn, 1 the second turn, then they'll have 4 on the last turn. They're gonna just pass, I assume. No, they offer the trade. Yeah, we will take the damage. So we're gonna do the same thing, but when we attack, we get value out of it. So we could slow them down with the Chomping Changeling, I suppose. I feel like we need to... We put a Doubling Season on our deck, we need to use it. Squirrel Girl, make us some squirrels. Gain us some life. Mitigate Balin's attack. Because we can Chomping Changeling to get rid of their Mind Stone if they miss another land drop. Otherwise we get rid of Battle for Bredegard, and that's pretty good. Oh, they get rid of one of their tokens. Oh, tokens are important for them. Now we could be stationing a Vendo. But right now, I think Balin is enough of a threat that we just hold off. Alright, they made their land drop. It is an artifact land, so we could blow it up, but it's not really making them colored mana. They've got access to 6 mana, so they're ahead of us. Dragon Master Outcast requires them to have 6 or more lands to get those dragons. Heartflame Duelist to do 3 damage to our face, and then gives their instants and sorceries lifelink. That's pretty good. So maybe this is a spells deck? It's possible. I think it's maybe a good idea for us to... Oh, Dragon Master Outcast is going to attack in? I think we'll offer the trade. Maybe they've got a trick. Maybe this gets the trick out of their hand. Nope, that's fine. Means we're making fewer squirrels, but I don't mind that. Crater of Behemoth, because we've also got Overrun here. Alright, here's what we're doing. Squirrel Girl, go to combat. Make us 2 squirrels. Opponent's thinking about it. Gain a couple life. And if they decide to block with both, that's okay with me. Hard to get Unbeatable Squirrel Girl back, but before she dies, we can add a bunch more squirrels. They don't. Okay. Well, they have a trick. What's this block? No, I guess not. Alright, well, Chomping Changeling doesn't really need to come out, but we do need to slow them down a little bit. So we're going to slow down their mana production. Battle for Bredegard, just any number of artifact or creature tokens they control with different names. They've got to be tokens, so we're just going to hit their Mind Stone. Battle for Bredegard's not doing anything for them at present, so we let it go. A Johnny. Do they make a Pride Mate? I assume. Because they've got different things that care about life gain in this deck. Heartflame Duelist gives their instants and sorceries lifelink. Maybe there's something going on. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is here. But all we have to do is make our board wide enough that a Crater Hoof or an Overrun kills them. And so that's all we really care about doing right now. But they keep offering the trade for these creatures, so I think we have to kill them. Take the damage from Balin. They can do something with the Pride Mate next turn, but they don't really need to. Yeah, we're just gonna Squirrel Girl. We'll even attack a Johnny, just to see if they're willing to get rid of their Pride Mate. Which I assume they are. And we'll activate Squirrel Girl on their turn, let's say. And then we overrun. That's probably it. They let a Johnny go. Reasonable. I feel like they're working towards something, but I don't know what it is. Captain's Call makes a bunch of friends. That's true. Overruns gives trample. So I'm not that worried. They can do cool stuff with it. Make mana, draw a card, but just not very scared. I'm going to take the 6. Activate Squirrel Girl. Make a whole lot more squirrels. Gain a whole lot of life. I think this is it for them. We could Kindred's Transformation, but let's just call it a day. Overrun for lethal, presumably? Who knows what they've got? Maybe they've got something crazy. Nothing can die, so attack with everything. Squirrel Girl makes 2 more squirrels. We gain 2 more life. And presumably this is good game. Good game, Baby Girl Wolf. That'll do it. Balin is so intimidating as a commander. It can do so much. I don't know if they just weren't drawing their token makers or what the deal was. Oh, yeah, they've got a bunch of interesting achievements available for Marvel superheroes, and, you know, that's how they're... Ooh, Hired Claw is our prize that is a cosmetic. Pretty nice. Yeah, these Marvel superheroes achievements, let's take a look at them. A bunch of cool stuff, like just play 5 games, play 15 games. I think I had one more here. It is... Oh yeah, I had 2 more. Cast 100 green spells. Can you guess what I've been testing today? Modern Marvel. Cast artifact spells or sacrifice artifacts that many times. Don't know how many artifacts I actually cast, but yeah. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Cast 10 or more heroes. So, and we get a bunch of cards from the Eternal set. So, I assume these are all cards from probably the beginner box, something like that. But yeah, as it... Oh, and we got a extra prize. Hulk Always Angry. Seems good. That was from leveling up, it looks like. But yeah, you get quite a few little things. Get team transmitters, that's fine. A Young Avenger, or eventually the Avengers title. I like that they're doing this, the extra achievements. It's kind of fun. So let's get back to our Brawl. And we are in game 3 versus Gisa and Geralf versus Less Spam Dude. Alright. I like Gisa and Geralf. This is a solid hand. We'll do this. We can get our commander out on turn 4. Never mind. I guess we're not doing it. Sorry, Let's Spam Dude, but good game, I guess. Well, we'll keep rolling. Okay, technically, Game 4 versus Mike and, Raph and Mikey Troublemakers. I built this deck for my channel. Check out the video's description if you would like to see what I did for it. It is dangerous. I don't know if we are fast enough to deal with them, especially with this hand. This hand is not awful. It's not great. Let's give it a shot. Mulligan. We got kind of a similar hand. This is a little better. This is a little better. We can do this. Keep it. Play a forest. We'll play our Oak Hollow Village, which only taps for green for creatures, but that's alright. We can play another forest after the Temple of Abandon. Get out a Squirrel Sovereign. Oh, we got a Castle Garenbrick. That's great. I think we Heraldic Banner just to accelerate. Just to go fast. That's pretty good too, actually. Yeah, we'll play the banner. Put it on green. Get in for 3. Alright. So this next turn, summon Fenrir so they can ramp a little bit. That's pretty good. I think we Squirrel Girl. I think we just go ahead and get her out. Castle Garenbrig. I sure wish we could do it in a cooler way. That's fine. Squirrel Girl's here. We're going to try and get rid of Fenrir. I assume they trade. Yep. That's good. So they don't get any additional treats. This next turn we can Squirrel Girl, we can put the boots on the girl and then have Verdant Command up for their end step, I guess. Ansrag is very nice for them. We are no longer going to attack. I think we can... I think we just need to ramp a little bit. Let's Planar Engineering, sacking both forests, finding 4 forests. That's okay, and we just pass. Ansrag is, when it becomes blocked, untap your creatures, you get extra combat. That's very nice with Raph and Mikey. And then must be blocked if able. Probably what we can do is deal with that with our squirrels. And Heraldic Banner is going to make it easier for us, but not quite yet. So we're at 8 mana. We're going to Growing Rights. I hope we find something solid for 3 or less. Honor Dray Leader is great. Seems good. We'll Frog Squirrels. We will Dray Leader. We can now flip Growing Rights if we need to, and we will, so that we can activate Squirrel Girl on their turn, or cast Verdant Command, either way. Raph and Mikey are out. We're going to get a Raph and Mikey trigger for sure. So can we just take the rest of this? What is that? 15 damage puts us at 2. It's not ideal, but we can kill Raph and Mikey. But let's see what they get. They get Old Gnawbone, so we're just dead. Give them a nice. Good grief. All right, Squirrel Girl, make us more squirrels, I guess. Make our Dray Leader enormous. But we are super mega ultra dead. 7 in the air. We got to deal with the rest on the ground. Almost everything has trample. We'll kill their commander to slow them down a little bit. We'll kill Ansrag. If we kill Ansrag, actually, that's terrible for us this time. We can block Old Gnawbone. This has got reach. That's great. Let's do this. Let's kill Kodama of the West Tree. Do we kill Surak? Probably. And we take 8 and go to 9? Go to 8 if we use all of our squirrels for Surak? I don't think that's necessary. Let's just do this. All right. Opponent, I feel less confident than I did before. Oh, our Dre leader lives at least. That's nice. They get some treasure. A lot of treasure. They can replay Raph and Mikey immediately. Oh, no. Good grief. I forgot Old Gnawbone doesn't only work for himself. Or herself. I don't know Old Gnawbone's pronouns. Good grief. Well, this is not ideal for us. Inferno of the Star Mounts is real bad, too. So we've got 13 in the air. We've got no reach blockers. We have enough mana that we can activate Squirrel Girl and just get 3 squirrels. Spider Ham is not going to save us either. So we'll play the ham. Why not? Pump our things up. Make a food. Sure. Let's just hope for the best. We'll go to combat. Make a squirrel. Get our Dre leader a little bigger. What do they block? Nothing. All right. We're going to try and be cool. Tap these forests. Castle Garenbrig. Give us 1 extra mana. Activate Squirrel Girl. Make a whole bunch of squirrels. Make our Dre leader very large. I haven't done the math, but I'm hoping I can pump the Dre leader to the size that we need it to be in order for us to just kill him. Good game. We'll... Oh, yep, I think they got it. Yeah, because we can double our squirrels again, make the Dre leader enormous. Even if we had been blocked, I think we could have gotten through. Yeah, so that's great. I was not expecting that. Sorry, Raph and Mikey. Can't stand up to the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. She's unbeatable. So, having said that, we're going to lose this game. It's Game 5 versus Iroh Grand Lotus. I also built this. Check the video's description for my Iroh Grand Lotus deck. That was a lot of fun. This is an okay hand. I don't mind this. Something on 2, something on 3. Get into our commander on 4. Turn 5, we can Germination Practicum. It seems pretty solid. Then turn 6, start making more squirrels. Ooh, Fanatic of Ronus on turn 2. Never mind. A little bit of acceleration in that way. Sounds good to me. That means we're getting out our commander on turn 3. Then we can tap the Fanatic for a lot more mana. Okay. They're going to get rid of the Fanatic, I assume? Nope, guess not. Cryptolithrite, even better. Let's see what they do to counter Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Nope, no counters. We get a squirrel. They have a removal spell. Keep looking at our stuff. Feels like they do. They've got 5 mana. But technically we have 7 right now. They get Iroh out. Iroh makes all their stuff flashback for much cheaper. Or flashback at all, I should say. But does not do that if Iroh is an elk. Solid. Fanatic into Heraldic Banner to make our stuff bigger. We're going to activate Squirrel Girl, since we're 1 short of Germination Practicum, and we're just going to pass. We don't want to attack right now, because then they could block with Iroh, and Iroh dies. We don't want them to be able to recast him. This is Lore Master Ginger, by the way. Oh, wow, Psych Rift. Okay, that's fine. Back to our hand. I don't love that, but that's okay with me. Sure would like something better. Land is okay. If we... What are we going to do here? Fanatic of Ronus. Circle of Dreams Druid. They can flashback Psych Rift if they want to. But I don't think they can flashback and overload it. Poppet Stitcher. And they cast Instants and Sorceries. Oh wow, they've got Doc Arlock and Grand Lotus. Okay, well, we're not going to block. We need to put Kenrith's Transformation back on him. You don't have any blue mana available, so that's probably okay with me. We'll get a little bit more acceleration this way. We will Kenrith on Iroh again. They have something to stop it? They do not. We draw another card. We've got a little bit of mana. We can Toski. Toski's a great blocker. Or we can Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. We're making 2 here. I think that's what we do. We play Squirrel Girl to give us the ability to tap Fanatic for 4. Then we will Toski for an indestructible blocker. That seems good. Don't know what they've got. Something dangerous. Origin of Metal Bending to get rid of our Kendra's transformation. Very nice. Okay, they had a plan. The Origin of Metal Bending to get rid of our Heraldic Banner. That's okay with me. I'm not as worried about that. Still have Psych Rift available to them. They could bounce Squirrel Girl. That's okay. Back to our hand. Psych Rift is gone now, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. We take 6 here. 6 is pretty good, but they do lose their Decayed creature for now. And they can't block us. So we can Circle of Dreams. Ooh, Gingerbread Cabin. Very nice. Comes in untapped. Love it. Do we want to Champion of Lambholt, or do we want a Germination Practicum? I think we will just Squirrel Girl. Make another Squirrel. Seems good. Germination Practicum. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Then cast a few more spells to use our mana. Actually, we will eat this food, in fact. Give ourselves a little life. We do have to attack with Toski, but Toski will draw us a card as well. Nyx Bloom Ancient is very nice. If we can survive our next turn, we've got essentially unlimited mana, and we can do a lot with it. Never mind. Lore Master Ginger, good game. Another achievement, very nice. We're gonna keep just playing for now. Alright, it's game 6. We are up against Parsalian, playing Hearthhall, the World Seed. Great precon, like that card. This is a solid opener. I'm into it. We're just gonna use this as a vanilla 3-2, but that's fine. Hearthhall stations up to 2 to give them the sack outlet for lands, lets them draw 2 and sort of a better explorer. And then at 8, it's a 6/7 Flying Vigilance Haste. When they sack a land, drain us for 2. Sounds fine. Verdant Catacombs, okay. Elven Chorus may be too expensive for this deck in all honesty, but it does give us a lot of value. We're going to find ourselves another Forest with Bushwhack. I almost never change my sleeves for my decks, but I figured it's only appropriate for this deck. Also, I opened this card the other day, so check out my my pack openings to see. I think it's going to be coming out in the next couple weeks. You'll be able to see that pack opening. Spoilers. I do believe that pack had 2 rares in it, and this was just one of them. So, yeah. Alright, opponent has fetched, found a Blood Crypt. They're in Jund, of course. We are not going to cast anything else. Just let it roll. Do we want to Squirrel Girl on turn 6 so that we can Hunter's Talent immediately after? They've got a Zeus Lost but Seeking. That's not good for us. So instead we're going to Curious Forger and Hunter's Talent turn after that. They get their Lotus Field. Seems good. They can play out a fetch. They're going to fetch. They find a... I assume a Surveil land. Stomping Ground. Tapped. Sounds good. White Lotus Tile is very nice for us. We're going to just play this 3-2 vanilla, because we cannot forage. But that means they can't attack. White Lotus tile is pretty cool. I like the Nyx Lotus as well. Also, 4 mana, comes in tapped. Taps based on your devotion to a color. But I figure if we're playing squirrels, we need to be in the squirrel card. Also, our squirrel tokens don't add to our devotion, so they add to our creature count. Might as well use that. Right. Opponent's taking some time. Get out of here, bird. The Gitrog monster. Original Gitrog. Scary Bloomborough art, but original Gitrog. Wow. Alright, let's just get out Squirrel Girl. We're going to pass. They missed a land drop. Seems okay to me. We sack a land to the Gitrog. Draw a card. Maybe find a land. Still has them at 5 mana. That's still pretty good for them. They're at 4 right now. I assume they're going to play a land. Iridescent Vine Lasher. Okay, Offsprung. Play their land. It's a Mesa Flats, so they can get us for 4 here. We can't kill the Gitrog presently. Do we just take the Gitrog's attack? Probably. We don't want to lose our little squirrel yet. We might need it. Got a lot we can do here, though. The Shire is nice. Play it. We can Germination Practicum right now. Or we can Elven Chorus. Let's do this. Elven Chorus. We can play that Dray Leader if we want to. And that's not terrible. We're against a Jund deck, though. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the Swiftfoot Boots and put them on our commander. Just to protect her. And we're going to pass. They have to sack a land. Presumably it's that basic swamp. Yep. They draw. And for turn. Take 2. We're going to take 6 more when they attack with the Gitrog. Hearthhull is out. Are they going to start stationing? Looks like. We can get rid of it if we want to. Oh, they station with the Gitrog. Wow. It gets up to 8. And they have the mana. So what we're going to do is besiege you with this right now. They've tapped everything down. We don't get our Squirrel Girl untapped, but that's fine. They get a land. That's also fine. But they've sort of lost their whole turn. They can attack for 1 if they want to. But we can Germination Practicum and Hunter's Talent to kill their Gitrog if we want to. That's pretty good. We've got 3 mana. We're at 15. They put their Hearthhull in the graveyard. The crop rotation. We are at 13. We're at 11 when they crack their Fabled Passage. Maybe we need to get rid of one of these Vine Lashers or Azusa. Still got 3 mana. What will they do? Another... Wow. We are at 7? Like Bloodstained Mire? Azusa is killing us over here. Planar engineering. Oh, we're dead. We're dead. Good game. Good game, opponent. They go and find 4 lands. That's 8 damage to us. That's it. I can't believe it. Wow. Good game, Parcelian. That's awesome. They found it. Sounds great. Wow. All right. Well, that's how that goes. At least we got their commander, you know. Feel like the Gitrog definitely helped him there, but it was Azusa and those Vine Lashers. Very nice. Good work. That's a cool way to win. I like that. All right, let's keep going. That was game 6. It was our first loss. Technically, I guess game 3 was a little weird. All right, it's game 7 versus Riken with Splinter, Hamato, Yoshi. Let's see what this even is. Sneak for a black. Gives all ninjas +1/+1. Has menace. Seems good. This hand is... I've seen better hands, but I'm okay with it. We'll keep it. We will play a forest and bushwhack on turn 1. That's great that we drew a forest, because we're going to find a third one. Which means we can play Gingerbread Cabin on turn 4 and get a food. Not that the food is, like, ideal, but it's pretty good. It's nice to have. With Prosperous Innkeeper turn 2, turn 3, Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Yeah. Alright, opponent. You've got Foundations Lands, Rebecca Gay Swamps. Very nice. Got the Pixie. Thank you. Ooh, got the Amano Liliana Dreadhorde General art. Very cool. They're thinking pretty hard about what they want to do. Deep Cavern Bat, so maybe our game plan is off. They may take our Prosperous Innkeeper. If they do, we still have an Anthem. Or I suppose we could Squirrel Sanctuary too, that would be alright. Presumably they're going to take the Innkeeper though. They don't, they take the Anthem. Okay. Well, we're playing our Innkeeper. I hope this is not a hand attack deck, but it could be. Of course, Deep Cavern Bat is just a good evasive attacker so that they can ninjutsu or sneak or whatever they're going to do their stuff. Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Cool. So we've got life gain theme. All right. Well, we're playing the Squirrel Girl. Gain 2 life back. 1 from her, 1 from the squirrel. And we pass. What have you got for us, opponent? I kind of think on this... Oh, eye twitch? Sure. When it dies, learn, but you don't really learn in Brawl. You just rummage. Canonized in Blood. If you descended, put a counter on a creature, 7 and sack, make a 4/3 flyer. Okay. Well, play our Gingerbread Cabin. And I think we make some squirrels. We could do it with Squirrel Girl, but I think we just do it this way. So that we can use Squirrel Girl and get even more value out of her. We got a lot of squirrels. We gain some life. But next turn, maybe we Germination Practicum. And just get a lot of counters on our stuff. I think that's not bad. Tabarax is back. This is from Zendikar Rising, but this is the, I guess, Foundation's Jumpstart printing. Tabarax looks great. Cares about clerics dying, cares about any other stuff dying, really. Once it gets enough counters... Oh, they're going to kill Squirrel Girl. Seems good. Tabarax goes up a little bit. They learn, which means they rummage. Or they don't. They choose not to. Sounds good. We got Squirrel Girl back in our hand, which is not great for us. We have to do something else in the meantime. But we have something else we can do in the meantime. Doubling Season is pretty lovely to do in the meantime. We're going to do that. We can wait a little bit. We're not gaining any life this turn, but that's okay. Next turn, we still won't. But we will Germination Practicum and make everything into a 5/5. Hopefully we draw some lands. That would be great. They've got 10 in the air, so we're at 16. They've got 10 in the air the turn after. We're at 6. Not ideal. But, assuming they don't play... Oh, are they going to sneak out Splinter? Guess not. So we're at 5 next turn, assuming nothing else. Everything flies. Shark Shredder. What do you do, Shark Shredder? You're a first striker. When it deals combat damage to a player, put up to one target creature from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It enters tapped and attacking. Interesting. Because it has first strike. We don't have anything in there, so I'm not so worried about that. What we can do is Germination Practicum and make everything enormous. Attack for 20. Now we're taking 15 if they get rid of our Innkeeper. That's how it goes. But maybe they hold back because they're afraid that they'll need blockers. We'll see. I mean, all of our things become 9/9s next turn. We've got one card in hand. They've got this. Makes their ninjas bigger, but Shark Shredder is the only ninja. Of course, that makes sense. We've obviously got a block here, but Splinter is smaller than everything else. So if they bounce something else, yeah. So this kills the Prosperous Innkeeper, that's fine. But all of their things are tapped. We pay this, bounce the Squirrel Sanctuary, we survive. They can replace Shark Shredder, but they don't have enough blockers. And we just win it. Alright, good game, Riken. Alrighty, keep it rolling. We'll do probably 3 more. We've played 7 games, counting the weird game 3. So we'll see how it goes. This is game 8 versus Big Band, playing Kinnan. So we're not likely to win this one. Kinnan is too strong for us to deal with. We don't have... This hand is not going to work for us, unfortunately. We don't have enough actual green pips. This we do have more green pips, that's alright. But I think Kinnan's going to run us out of here a little too quickly. They've got a turn 1 play. It's Birds of Paradise. We've got a turn 1 play as well. Oh, they've also got a Mox Amber. Sure. We've got a Squirrel. How do you feel about that, opponent? Watch out. It's a 1/1 Squirrel. I know you have probably 3 mana this turn. You play Kinnan. You've got Mox Amber available. You play a land as well. You've got 2 more mana. Yep. Land, I assume. Tangled Florahedron. Oh, it was a 1-land hand. Wow. Well, I don't blame you, opponent. That's pretty sweet. Song of Freyalise, we can cast it, I suppose. Better than getting rid of their Mox Amber, I guess. They still have no mana? Nope, they found one. They can activate Kinnan turn 3. Amazing. Find Vorinclex. Nope, we're not sitting through that. Good game, big band. This Vorinclex, if you haven't seen this Vorinclex before, it is the original Vorinclex. We're gonna skip that. Whenever they tap lands for mana, they get twice as much. When we tap lands, those lands don't untap during our next turn. There's no chance that we can play against this, and it's just not gonna be fun content, so we're gonna skip that. That is a loss for us, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm not going to play against Vorinclex Voice of Hunger in Brawl. That's crazy. Alright, it's Game 9 versus Santix 25 with Black Loving Pest. I made a Black deck. Black is really fun and can absolutely get out of hand. So I recommend you check out the video's description and see that deck, because it's fun. We're going to start off with a basic forest. We will go into Fanatic of Ronus, I think, turn 2. As usual, we're going to hold back our Mox Amber, just in case. Ooh, we got Go Nuts, that's cool. We will put this on Squirrels, Fanatic, and pass. I'm so glad that they're using the Secrets of Strixhaven arts for their deck. I really like when people do that. Well, unfortunately, we don't hit our land drop, but we can go search for a land so that we can hit it. Play it. We'll play Cryptolithrite just to set up for our future and attack for 1. Mox Amber, of course, doesn't, again, tap for anything unless we have a Planeswalker or creature that is legendary in play. Pest Summoning, they get 2 Pesties, seems good. Beastmaster Ascension is for later. So we're going to play Squirrel Girl because we've missed our second land drop. Get a Squirrel, Mox Amber, and we are set up to go nuts if we want to. It's a sorcery, but we can do it. Maybe they get Black out and we can get rid of him. Yep. Alright, they've got 1 mana left. They play Valentin, Dean of the Vein. Wow, that's a good one. If one of our creatures dies, they can exile it, pay 2, and get a pest. Yeah, I don't think we're going to allow this to keep going. We're going to go nuts. With Teamwork, might as well. We will put a counter on Squirrel Girl and have Squirrel Girl fight Blech as a 5/5. We will tap Squirrel Girl to do so. That's the Teamwork cost. Boom. Now they've got to replay their commander. We can tap the Fanatic, Squirrel Mob, and we've got enough mana to... Do we Chatterstorm here? I guess we can. We have to pay 2 into this, huh? So we can't Beastmaster Ascension and still... Can we do that? Am I crazy? This makes 3 mana for us. Yeah, let's do that. Gives us more squirrels. So we will Beastmaster Ascension. Oh, did I do the math wrong? I think I did. That's fine. We'll Chatterstorm this way. Make a whole bunch of squirrels. Seems good. Our Squirrel Mob is very large now, and we can Beastmaster Ascension by tapping that Squirrel. Oh, because of Cryptolithrite. I wasn't thinking about it. Yeah, a shame. Could have played it the other direction. That's fine. We missed out on a single Squirrel. I'm not mad about it. But we can swing in and win this next turn, I think. Because Beastmaster Ascension needs us to have 7 counters. So if we attack with everything... Never mind. Squirrel Mob is gone. But we can Nyxbloom Ancient, which would be pretty nice. We got a forest. Yeah, let's do this. Seems fun. Nyxbloom Ancient it is. Let's go ahead and attack with all these squirrels. Might as well. Get 4 counters on Beastmaster Ascension. If it has 7, all of our creatures get +5/+5. And that just sort of persists. They're willing to trade for 2 of them. But we're also willing to make a lot more of them. A lot more of them. A lot more of them. We're going to hit the token limit. This is something I've been waiting for us to do this whole Yep, that's it. Yep. See, this is why you don't play this in paper. Good game, Santix, but yeah, people are not going to sit through this in paper more than maybe once they've seen it once. So yeah, being able to get out, sort of a big mana situation and blow it all on a massive board of squirrels. Yeah, people on paper will say, okay, well, once your deck goes off, it's gone off and the game's over. So better to do it on Arena. This is game 10 versus Esika, God of the Tree. Master failing. Esika, this is the alternate art for Esika. This is the original art. This is one of my favorite arts in Magic. I love Johannes Voss. This looks a little bit like my favorite singer, and the colors are so gorgeous. Yeah, anyone who's ever watched my pack opening videos knows I use the Prismatic Bridge as my background for those packs with the playmat I have for it, because I love Esika. Yeah, so beautiful. Love it. We're going to lose to this deck. That's okay. Because Esika is not Esika. Esika is the Prismatic Bridge. They're just going to get free value every turn once they've got Wooburg out. So we just need to try and build our way toward something before then. So maybe what we do is we Sylvan Anthem first, Scurrid Colony second turn, or our turn after that, in order to get some scry off of it. That seems not bad. Maybe we even Verdant Command in order to get double scry. That's not horrible either. Okay, so they're going to find a gate, put it in their hand. This is just a lay of the land. Probably it's a basic land, but it might be a gate. Who knows? Yep, looks like it's a basic swamp. We've got an Emerald Medallion. Okay, that really helps us. We will play that, and then we can Verdant Command on their turn to get 2 squirrels, a little bit of life, and get a double scry. They've got the Celestus, so they are doing some night and day stuff. We'll make ourselves 2 squirrels, gain 3 life, and scry twice. We will scry. Ooh, it's a good card. Yeah, okay, we're gonna try it. We're gonna miss a land drop in order to play this, but it is worth it. I think maybe we Squirrel Girl first, actually. Get Squirrel Girl out, get some more scrying done, find ourselves a land if we can. That's not a land as much as I would like it. We need an actual land. The Great Henge, as much as I'm gonna keep the Great Henge actually. That's something we can tap for mana immediately, assuming our creatures stay in play. The Great Henge is gonna come out for just double green, and that's gonna help us a lot. All right, they've got their Prismatic Bridge. Let's see what we can do here. We can. Oh, it costs us 3. That's all right. We can pay 3. We've got it. We will play the Scurrid Colony to draw a card and hopefully find a land. It's not a land. It's Parallel Lives, though. It's very nice. It might be worth it. We gotta be a little bit more. You know what? We're gonna keep it. We're just gonna go for it. We're here to do fun stuff. Forget it. We got Parallel Lives. Let's go in. Make an extra squirrel. Scry again. We got a forest, never punished. Surely they will not play something that is like Elish Norn this turn. We'll see. It is Gigantosaurus. We are totally fine. This is great. That's Galta Primal Hunger. That's very scary. They got to play that for just 2 mana. And we're going to be okay, though, because we can Parallel Lives. We can Kenrith's Transformation Galta to make it small. Draw a card. We got another forest. We can play this Chittering Illuminator off the top to draw another card off of the Great Henge. That seems good. Another land. I don't think we need it at this point. I think we can't cast anything right now anyway. So, well, we found a land anyway. Yeah. I think we just hold back. Just wait. They get another Prismatic Bridge. It's actually Elish Norn! Oh no! What have I done? That's amazing. Oh, that's really funny. And Carnage Tyrant. Okay, yeah, we're gonna lose to this very soon. Yeah, we're gonna take the 12 for right now. I can't believe I called shot at Elish Norn and she came to visit us. What a terrible day to have eyes. So, Sylvan Anthem is not going to pump up the Metallic Mimic, so there's no reason to do that. We can Germination Practicum, I suppose. We've got 5, 6, 7 mana. Yeah, let's do it. Tribute to the World Tree. Germination Practicum. Do we attack with Squirrel Girl just to get blockers? I think we do. I think we do. We got them. There's 0 zeros. That's a shame, because everything is a triggered ability. So we don't actually get the blockers, but we do get to scry. That's pretty nice. 3 Tree City is not going to help us. Tippy Toe probably won't help us everything we need either. Tribute would have put some counters, but oh well. They block with Carnage Tyrant. That's pretty dangerous for us. So we're taking 9 here and just recasting Squirrel Girl next turn, I guess. They've got Ravager Worm coming out, so it's going to fight one of our creatures. So we're not just taking 9. Can't believe they found Elish Norn. That's so crazy. I'm actually delighted by that. Just being able to see Elish Norn come out after I called her. I can't believe it. Shifting Ceratops, love it. I do not mind losing to the Prismatic Bridge, but this is a sad day. So 12, 21, 25, 30. If I don't block the Gigantosaurus, if I do block the Gigantosaurus, what's that? 19? Yep, I'm at 3. And go up to... No, never mind. I can't do math. Good game, Master Failing. You are the master. I am failing. That's amazing. That was great. That was a delight. Oh, thank goodness we got an achievement for that. That was game 10. I'm going to do one more. I mean, as much as it's funny to go out on the Elish Norn call, yeah, we're going to do one more. See if we can end on a win. God, that's funny. All right, it's game 11 versus Tapped Out. Playing Elspeth Stormslayer. That would be a cool card in our deck if we could run green. I don't think we can beat this deck, unfortunately. Especially not with this hand. Thornvault Forager gets our commander out on turn 3, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about this, but we're going to try it. See how fast they go. Soul Warden is pretty bad for us. They'll gain life off of our creatures. But at least it's not Authority of the Consoles, which gains life off of our creatures and makes our creatures come in tapped. Ooh, Regal Bunnycorn. Number of non-land permanents is its power and toughness. It's pretty cool. We'll play this Thornvault Forager. It is a mana dork. Next turn, maybe we Roaming Throne instead of Squirrel Girl. That's not terrible. But maybe we Squirrel Girl, then Roaming Throne, then attack with Squirrel Girl. That would also be okay. This is all assuming our Forager survives. Which it may not. But if they path to exile it, that's okay with me. They have not accelerated at all. Elspeth is a 5-drop. A dangerous one. Sheltered by Ghosts to get rid of our Thornvault Forager. That's fine with me. They gain some more life from lifelink. Play a tap land. We're at 19. They're at 31. Peter Porker is an option. Squirrel Mob is also an option. We'll play the thing that gives us a food as well. Alright. And this will make the Squirrel Girl come down as a 5/5. That's pretty okay. They have more removal? We just got our hot dog. Thinking about it, opponent. What do you got? You got 4 cards in hand. You can't play your commander. You can attack us down to 15. Yourself up to 36. Seems pretty nice. Cosmogrand Zenith. What a cool card. They don't have a land, though. They're missing their land drop. That's alright with me. Cosmogrand Zenith will make them plenty of counters and tokens. We're going to play out Squirrel Girl. Get a big Squirrel Girl, get a big Squirrel. Just pass. I think I will block the Bunnycorn with Spider Ham and our Squirrel if they attack with it. They've got an answer for Squirrel Girl. Unsavory. All right, we're thinking about it. Last turn, they just thought for a while and played the Cosmic Grand Zenith. So maybe they're just missing a bunch of open world. Here's this alchemy stuff. When it attacks, conjure a Tempered Steel into your hand and then make a 1/1 mirror. Oh, wow, that's cool. All right, no attacks there. Huh. How do we want to do this? Elven Chorus gives us the ability to make extra squirrels. As much as Roaming Throne is appealing, let's Elven Chorus. And we could play that squirrel off the top if we want to. Honestly, not terrible. Let's, do we Roaming Throne? I don't think we do. I think we just pass. I think we pass. Because right now we're making 2 squirrels if we activate Squirrel Girl. Next turn, maybe we Roaming Throne and do it again. We're at 12 squirrels at that point, I think. Not just tokens. They found a Karn's Bastion. They've got a Shadow Spear, so they can equip it. They can put it on the Bunnycorn, probably, to give it trample. That's pretty intimidating. Do we throw away Spider Ham? Oh, it's going on Galma. What is your deal, Galma? Make a mirror and conjured steel or tempered steel in your hand. Interesting. And they do nothing. All right, well, we're going to activate our commander, get some squirrels. They get a little life. It's fine. They've got a lot of life, honestly. Weakened Circle of Dreams Druid. That's pretty good for next turn. 6 mana, 9, 11 mana. I think we Roaming Throne. And just trust our commander to get us through this. I don't think that's a bad idea. We gotta choose Squirrel. This is a big weird squirrel. They gain life. Is it worth it to play the Dray Leader just to have something huge? I think it is. Might as well use our mana. This is a little bit better than our Squirrel Mob as it has trample and also gets counters based on the food we have. Plus, it double triggers thanks to the Roaming Throne. That's pretty good. So we've got quite a large friend there. And we'll just pass. I think we're still on the back foot, but we're building pretty well right now. Roaming Throne is triggered abilities, not activated ones. So we're only making 6 more squirrels, but that's still pretty good. And that will put 12 more counters on the Honored Dray Leader because it does have a triggered ability. Plus it makes us mana for next turn. Assuming we don't have to use all those tokens to block. Split up. All untapped creatures. Well, surprise, surprise, we can tap our creatures. Now when we do that, it does give them life, and we don't get to keep those creatures, I guess, so maybe it doesn't really matter, since these are all going to go away. And the Dray Leader is going to get big, but it doesn't matter either. So does that just kill us? I think it does. I think we're just dead. Would have been nice if we would have thought about that and... Oh, no, they lose their creatures too. I wasn't thinking about it. I was going to say we could have eaten that food. They've got a Guide of Souls to try and come back. Seems good. We are going to replicate our Dray Leader with the Squirrel Mob. We're We're gonna swing in with all but one of these. Getting an extra squirrel. That way we can tap Spider Ham and our mana in order to make more squirrels with Squirrel Girl. That's it. Good game tapped out. All right. We can do one more. I think we can stop at 12. Yeah, that was game 11. We can stop at 12. I'm having fun with this deck. I know it's a lot of wild cards. I've got a pretty big collection on my account, but I know not everyone does. So you can definitely make this smaller. Okay, Ketramos, the New Dawn, is our commander we're up against. It's Ulor 13. And this is an okay hand. We can do this. We can make this work. Maybe we Patchwork Banner, maybe we Archdruid's Charm. Ketramos is dangerous. We can Squirrel Sanctuary at least. Ketramos cares about things in exile. 4/4 Menace, Lifelink, Indestructible, can attack or block if there's not 7 or more cards in exile. And when 1 or more cards are put into exile from basically anywhere, they draw a card and lose a life. Alright, Seam Rip to get rid of our Squirrel Sanctuary. That's crazy, but I understand. We're going to care about our squirrels. Attack for 2. We've got a Mox Amber. They've got Ketramos. Ketramos can't block, however. So presently, I don't think it's a terrible plan to Innkeeper into Toski. That way we can draw a card off of our squirrel that attacks. Seems okay, we got an Arcane Signet. Alright. Got a Forest. Check this out. Arcane Signet. Elven Chorus. Squirrel Girl. Let's do it. Just to give ourselves something of a board. Now they may have a board wipe, and if so, that's fine. We've got a Castle Garenbrig on top of our library. Journey to Nowhere to get rid of probably Squirrel Girl. Seems okay with me. Since all of our creatures are mana dorks, that seems fine. And they have one thing in exile, but Squirrel Girl is not it. Exile a Graveyard, that's pretty good. Inquisition to get rid of our Archdruid's Charm. Seems fine. We'll Garenbrig. Supportive Parents is incredible. We will Garenbrig to get out Squirrel Girl. Make a squirrel. Gain life. We're gonna go to combat. Squirrels. See if they get rid of their Remorseful Cleric in the process, or if we just get to draw 3. They do. They're going to get rid of our Archdruid's Charm, presumably. Yep, looks like. Could have gotten their own graveyard, but guess not. We draw 2. Get our Supportive Parents if we wish to, but we got lots of squirrels. Oof. Yeah, I think we hold up. Activate Squirrel Girl. They've got Tiny Bones, that's pretty good. But I think we're going to get them with our Crater Hoof. Squirrel Girl. Make a bunch of squirrels. Gain us a bunch of life. Yeah, I think this is it for them. Tribute to the World Tree is very nice, but I don't think we need it. Crater Hoof. The triggers. In we go. Do they have... They have something. Is it what I think it is? Settle the Wreckage! Incredible! I love Settle the Wreckage. I'm very sad that this happened, but I really like Settle. And I'm excited to get a whole bunch of lands off of it. How many lands do we get? 12. Pretty nice. Ketramos still doesn't have all those cards in exile because most of those were tokens. That's fine with me. Skyclave is going to get rid of Elven Chorus. That's pretty good for them. Puts Ketramos very close. Ketramos is at almost 7. Strategic Betrayal. Okay. They only got a token, so it doesn't matter. We're going to Tribute. We're going to Squirrel Girl. Get the Tribute rewards. We will Supportive Parents. We've got Veil. Oh wow, Veil is so good. Mutable Explorer. We'll get a Mutavault as well. Setting it up for ourselves. We'll play a Vendo. And I think we'll even station a Vendo. We've got enough life that I'm not worried. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. We leave a Vendo not entirely stationed because it's tapped anyway, and we have 4 mana. Never, huh? But what if I had Hexproof against black? None of their interaction works right now. Oh, they can make us discard, because it's each. It'll be exiled. They've got Ketramos now. Ketramos is online. Ketramos isn't going to do it for him, though. We will station a Vendo with our Mutable Explorer. And unfortunately, I think we pass. And we just activate Squirrel Girl on their turn. Epic Downfall to kill the supportive parents is a little annoying, but I'm okay with it. You draw a card, lose a life. Despark on Squirrel Girl, I'm not okay with. Let's fire up the Mutavault so we have an extra squirrel in play. Activate Squirrel Girl. Get a lot of triggers. Activate Squirrel Girl. Get a lot of triggers. Activate Squirrel Girl. Get even more triggers. Keep doubling it. Unless they have a board wipe, they're not going to be able to stop this. And we've got a Vendo at the end, so we can do even more of this. Didn't pay into a Vendo. Oh, it didn't have to, I guess. Pretty cool. Well, we've got all the squirrels in the world. And we're going to activate this one more time. We hit the token limit, and we're done. All of these squirrels are enormous. We've got a board of 4/4s. What would you like to do, opponent? Now, I'm not trying to be sassy. They've got at least one card in hand that I don't know what it is. But we can easily recast Squirrel Girl whenever we need to. They've got another card in hand? Sure. What can they do against us? What does Return do? Brings, gives them a zombie. Sure. They can play our Enduring Vitality. They've got, what, 4 mana? All right. 2 cards we don't know what they are. Sure. That would have been slower if we hadn't turned on our Mutavault, but I think it was fine. Let's see what they do. Of course, they may have just quit. Who knows? At least we got to see one of these games. I guess we got to see one a little earlier, and our opponent scooped. At least we got to see one of these games of Squirrel Girl going nigh infinite. You know, just going astronomical. And it looks like our opponent is maybe just gone. It's possible. No, then we're going to have to wait around a little bit, and that's okay. But yeah, had a comment the other day on my channel asking me what I think of Marvel Superheroes. I think it looks really fun. I didn't get to make it to the pre-release, but what I have read and what I have seen, it looks like it's a fun draft set. I'm always excited to play a set that has 10 two-color archetypes. We haven't seen one of those yet this year. Everything else has been 5 two-color archetypes. Not that I think that that's a problem. I think that that was great for Lorwyn, and it was really good for Strixhaven, or Secrets of Strixhaven, just like it was original Strixhaven. Yeah, just a delight to be able to get back to 10 archetypes, though, and to see, where the 11th or 12th archetype may be, if there is one. And yeah, Marvel Superheroes looks fun. I, still have certain feelings for being an old head about seeing superheroes in my Magic. But they're here. There's nothing we can do about that, so we might as well have fun with it. So yeah, it looks pretty fun. There's a lot of overlap in the themes, but the ones that are unusual are pretty interesting in terms of commanders, and those themes that are overlapping are also pretty fun. So it looks like our opponent's gone. We're going to play this Honored Dray Leader and then just attack, just so we can have this be enormous. Now I think they're going to time out, and we're not even going to get to attack or get to do damage. But that's okay. We would have been stuck at the declare attacker step anyway, since they have some kind of something they could do that they're choosing not to do, or that they cannot do because they've scooped. So yeah. But nice to be able to see Honored Dray Leader be kind of as big as it could be. Maybe it could be a little bit bigger if we had more food or squirrels that were not tokens. But a 251/251 Trampler. We can't attack with it this turn, but it's a cool card. I like this card just in general. I played a Golgari food deck earlier this year that was a lot of fun in Standard. And that is it. Good game, Uller 13. And we made it 12 games in. That was pretty fun. So yeah, check out the video's description for the Moxfield link to this deck if you're interested in it or interested in making your own version. Yeah, I love Midweek Magic. I really love the weeks where we get to make our own deck. I love Brawl. Brawl is what I mostly play when I'm not playing Limited. So yeah, big fan of this event, and we've got a little less now than 48 hours to check it out for Midweek Magic, so come play. There's no cost to it. There's no penalty for losing 50 games in a row. You can just keep playing, or winning 50 games in a row. You just get 3 little prizes and you get to keep going. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to support what I do here, make sure to like and subscribe, ring the bell if you want to be notified when my videos go live, especially the videos on Mondays and Thursdays when I have commander decks and deck techs for those go live. But of course, also these Tuesday videos. Consider joining my Patreon at patreon.com/secondmonitormagic, or becoming a member on this channel on YouTube. And remember, most of all, that Magic is fun. You should play more Magic.